So I noticed that over the last few videos, I've kind of tried to take more serious topics and make them funny. Classic literature, modern day racism. So today, I decided to take it easy and just kind of focus on something that's a little bit more naturally laughable. Canada. I mean, we're talking about sports, but Canada. To their credit, though, Canada can pretty much take anything they want and turn it into a sport. I mean, they took shuffleboard, put it on ice, and turned it from a game that everybody thought was really sad and only played by old people to an Olympic sport that people think is really sad and is only played by old people. I mean, it's pretty much the ping pong of the Winter Games, except for way less popular and doesn't take nearly as much athletic ability, but miracles really do happen in Canada. I mean, they can take the crappiest, most boring games and make them into worldwide sports. Take soccer, for example. They did the same thing there. It was really innovative, actually. They realized that if they took soccer and put it on ice, people couldn't watch the grass grow anymore, and they would actually have to pay attention to the sport. Thus, hockey has become the #1 reason that Canadians get drunk in public. Hockey's actually a pretty interesting sport when you think about it, though. The penalties themselves just sound like a horrible punishment that a terrible parent would give their psychopathic child. What? Your brother hit you in the face with a stick completely unprovoked? You know what, you young man? Go sit over there for 2 minutes. Oh man, you're bleeding pretty bad. You know what, him just sitting there for 2 minutes isn't going to teach him anything, is it? Young man, 4 minutes. Yeah, you think about what you've done. Walk it off, champ. What? Your brother started punching you in the face and you had to fight back in self-defense? You know what? Both of you sit. 5 minutes. Don't give me that look, young man. A fight is a fight. Just because you can get out of anything by claiming self-defense in the real world because you're a white male does not mean that I'm going to allow it in this house. Now, whether it's hockey or football, the logically named one or the not logically named one, it doesn't really matter. The interviews are by far the worst part. I mean, whether your team wins, yeah, the offense really got it done today, really got the points up on the board, defense was really tight, really focused, and we ended up with a good win. Or your team loses. Yeah, offense just couldn't get it done tonight, just couldn't get the points up on the board. Defense was a little bit sloppy, kind of lost their focus, and ended up with a tough loss. The interviews are so unnecessary and extensive. I mean, they interview golfers. You know what that should look like? Yeah, put the ball in the hole. That's it. That's all we need. In fact, we don't even need that because we just saw it on TV. Well, that's not true. Nobody actually watches golf. How does that actually qualify as a sport? It's basically t-ball for people that don't like running. Or walking, for that matter. Honestly, the standard for a sport is so low these days that we might as well make just being a fan of a sport in and of itself. Honestly, we should just make cheering on other teams an actual sport.